Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, May 30th. And apologize here, I've been sick all weekend. Hopefully we can get through this. Looks like clouds, and it'll be a little bit cooler today and tomorrow with highs in the 60s. Now we get an upper low that could create enough instability during the afternoon and evening hours that could produce some showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. So do be aware of that. Again, that would be mainly for the afternoon and evening hours. And we can't rule out that happening again tomorrow, although I think the best chances will be today. If we look again at the headlines again, no big heat, no big cold air masses in sight, more of the same pretty transient pattern coming up. Although even though we see a little bit cooler than normal over the next 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 days, we don't expect it to be too cool or too far from normal. And then as we get in towards the end of the week 1 or the beginning of week 2 of June, there's a chance we could be setting up a pretty dominant heat ridge across the eastern U.S. and that could bring some much warmer conditions here with lots of 80s perhaps by around the 6th to the 10th or so of June. And if we look at the shots out there this morning here, Ransom Road, clear skies for the most part, but you can see a deck of clouds off to the west of the plant. And again, that should make for a pretty nice sunrise. Same thing over in London. Again, you can already see what could be a pretty nice looking sunrise out there this morning. And you can see with the puddles, they had some rain here, about a ½ inch overnight. Southeast lower Michigan over the weekend picked up around an inch or so of rain, and then many reports of localized amounts around 1 to even over 2 inches of rain. We'll show you that in just a minute. And you can see the soil conditions, no reporting rainfall since midnight at our stations, and temperatures warming up to around 60 or in the low 60s once you get into the 8 and 16 inch levels. And if we look at the next screen, you can see out there this morning temperatures mainly in the 50s across the area. As far as that Doppler radar estimate, you can see almost 2¼ of an inch of rain here in the thumb area in some areas, but you can see across southwest into central and northeastern lower Michigan some of the nicest weather all weekend with very little rain. We picked up just a few brief very light rain showers here in mid-Michigan, here in the Breckenridge area, but nothing to speak of. And again, heavier rains again once you get off into the Northland. So really the place to be over the weekend is right here across much of the MAC area, from around Clarksville up to Noriega and then over towards Saginaw. And if we look at the low-level wind flows this morning, you can see out to the east of this trough that's up here in the upper Midwest, you can see the winds are mainly out of the south. So it'll be a fairly mild day, at least to start today, but with that winds becoming more westerly and clouds on the increase, it's going to be hard to warm up. But again, the instability will build up. I think we'll see some showers pop up along with maybe a thunderstorm. And if you look at the radar, you can see some of the activity moving well off to our southeast. And you can see around this upper low, you got precipitation dropping down. And again, as the sun rises and we begin to build some surface heating, we'll see those expand here during the afternoon and evening hours. As far as the weather map this morning, you can see the upper low north of the Great Lakes pinwheeling some individual troughs down across the area, but no significant weather makers on the map until we get towards the end of the week, when a push of warm air will try to bring some rain and thunderstorms towards the area as we get into Thursday and Friday. But until then, not a whole lot going on. And you can see the weather map by this should actually be Wednesday morning. The cold front will be moving through the area, but again, it'll be just more of a wind shift than anything else. And then finally, as we get into, this should be Thursday, we'll see high pressure move off to the east. A warm front's going to begin to develop off to our southwest, and that's going to bring warm air towards Thursday, but especially for Friday, possibly into the weekend. We should get well back into the 70s. And again, we could have some showers and thunderstorms in advance of the system as we get towards late week. As far as precipitation over the next 72 hours, you can see very little precipitation expected across the Great Lakes, again, mainly under 1/10 of an inch. And this will be mainly for the afternoon showers that may pop up here as we get into later today. And the next 7 days, you can clearly see where the warm front and how far north that goes will determine how much rainfall we get towards the end of the week. You can see plenty of rainfall off to our south. And again, if that warm front pushes a little farther north, we may get into more significant rain. Right now, it looks like it should be at least a pretty decent chance of rain and thunderstorms. Hopefully, we can pick up a 1/4 or ½ inch of rain or so. It would be probably pretty nice about then. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, a great week, and 73s to all.